G'day folks, Tony again here for more Star Control 2. We're off and away folks. Let's make our way around a little bit more stuff here, and we're going to investigate pretty much same as per usual. There's plenty of things that we've done here. I think I might have just gone to the wrong planet. Whoops. This is the problem when there are no in-game indicators for things that you have or haven't done. Perhaps I was going outwards, or perhaps I've already done all of these already. Interesting. All right then. Where else can we go and what else can we look at? So this was the planet where we encountered the Pkunk in a previous incarnation of the Starship Dank before I valiantly lost the entire fleet by insulting them. So that's certainly something that I don't plan on doing again. Ooh, interesting. Nice big yellow patch there. I guess this is an obvious example of pointing out that the map on the actual spinning globe is in fact matched to the map layout at the bottom of the screen. Again, that's a pretty cool deal for a game of this era. There is some mighty nice stuff on this treasure world. Well, it's right there on the tin, isn't it? All right. I guess treasure world means gold, and it certainly looks like there's plenty of it to pick up here, so it's a good find. Let's go and grab it. All the treasure. Palladium, gold. What more could I ask for? Not going to pick up any more of them there because, again, we're potentially losing raw materials if we're picking them up when we're almost at full inventory. Om nom nom, that's some good soup. This one here should be okay. So ample material to collect here and not losing any crew, which is also quite nice. So I'm hoping that with a good haul that we have here, we're getting close to being able to seriously upgrade our flagship to the point where we can venture much further away from Sol. Potentially find some wormholes or equivalent. I can't remember what they're called or how they work in this game because it has been quite a while. But being able to venture out into those considerably vast other areas of the star map. I'm assuming this is a gas giant. Let's just have a look. It is, so we won't worry about that one. But I do think that it's probably time that we try to contact and potentially recruit another species permanently into our new Alliance of Free Stars. Now, Planet 2, I don't believe we went to, and it's over here, and kind of lost it in the star field there. Oh, this turning circle is impressive. All right. But yes, the Pkunk, I believe, are one of the species that we can try and convince to join us, and we are in their territory. Purple world, sure. That's not really worth it. And then, of course, with Fwifo being a Sparthy, and the Sparthy are also marked on the star map, so probably something that we can follow up there as well. You may or may not recall that something that the Pkunk mentioned in the conversation that we haven't had yet because I reloaded the game, that they believe that somebody is sending false transmissions pretending to be... I can't remember the Ilrath gods' names now. Dagar and Kazon? Dogar and... whatever they were. Impersonating them and trying to get them to pick on the Pkunk. So there's some plot thickening happening that I'm sure we will be able to follow up on. as we continue playing. All right, so we poked our way a little bit further over here to Zeta Giklas. We're going to now go to Epsilon Giklas and let the autopilot take us there. Still about half of our cargo manifest left to go and plenty of fuel. I think we might continue increasing some of that cargo space and possibly fuel as well. There's a nice cluster of stars around here, though. We should be able to find some pretty groovy stuff. So here's just a whole bunch of Pkunk. 3 of them orbiting around the one planet. One can only assume this may in fact be their home world. Let's see if we can sneak in here without any of them. Whoops. Oh, okay. That didn't quite work. So there is a significant chance that a large part of this conversation is going to be stuff that we've seen before. All right, dear viewers, so we skipped that conversation because it's all the stuff that you've already seen before. We're going to try and sneak into this planet here without any of them touching our ship so that we can, hopefully we'll just pilfer a whole bunch of resources right out from under people's noses. This is an Oolite world. Weather class 3 and tectonics class 4, though. That's bad. I don't think we're going to worry about that this exact moment. We are going to try and zip out without any of these ships encountering us because we don't really need to have that conversation again. All right, now the Pkunk have appeared here on the map, so that's good to know. But considering how close all of those stars are to one another, how about we just try doing this the old-fashioned way? By zipping over here, we'll go to this little one here at the top first, I think. There we are. Where are we now? Beta Giklas. Wonderful. Where is the outer planet? It's nice and dull here, easy to miss. But we're smarter than that. We're using our observational skills in deep space. Class 5. That's not going to be worth it, no matter what's there. Let's move along. All right. Guess they're all clustered around this side of the star, which is handy. Let's just go in sequentially, so that I don't accidentally end up visiting things twice. Although that is something that's already happened in this Let's Play, and I'm sure it will happen again because I'm not keeping notes for myself. Because I'm having enough trouble trying to think and talk at the same time. So Planet 5 also not really having all that much for us. We only have half of our cargo left. I would prefer to be stocking that with stuff that's going to give us more bang for buck, because just flying around, hoovering up the kind of ordinary resources is not going to get us further along in the game quicker. And I can't actually remember what the overall playing time of this game is, but considering that it was from the 90s, where games tended to have people's attention for longer by virtue of not having as many games to play, I don't want to end up falling down too giant a rabbit hole of trying to 100% this thing. Let's zoom down to this planet. It does have a bit of nastier stuff happening here. Just want to see what sort of stuff we're picking up. Copper, that's not particularly wonderful. But now that we're here, we may as well make the most of it. It seems like one full batch, and that will be good enough. We may leave this planet to its fate. Or perhaps that was actually a moon. We will leave that moon to its fate. This one, however, as a water world, what has it got for us? More of the same. Although surely in a world covered in water, it would have biological... Never mind. Not even a Kevin Costner to be found on that water world. There's a dad joke for you. So planet 4, no dice. Planet 3, slightly different colour, but none of these are looking like particularly funky colours. And I do remember the Starbase commander saying something about colours being important, but I honestly don't remember in what way they were important. A Xenolithic world, which I believe translates to something similar to alien rock, or alien earth, which is perhaps a little bit of a tautology, but that's okay. Some things to pick up here. Looks like some of these may be precious metals. Yes, indeed. Platinum and more platinum. I think we're going to preference those, and we'll leave the rest of it here for some other brave soul to collect in the future. And spoilers, that won't be us. All right. Thank you very much, Planet 3. So we're not seeing any of the Pkunk flying around in this solar system, at least not at this point, although we are within their territory. What about over here? So we'll work our way through this tight little cluster of stars here, and then I'm assuming that the homeworld of the Pkunk is going to be somewhere in the center of the circle. Looks like, was it some radioactives there, perhaps? That bright red dot. That may be worth doing some targeted picking uppering. Yes, some radioactives there. So fuel, not something not something that we particularly have to worry about at the moment, because we have an ample supply back at Earth. And now that we're zipping around a little faster, I don't think we need to be collecting every little thing that comes along. All right. Ooh, colours. I like it. Things that are more colourful generally tend to be more valuable. Ow. What are the odds of getting struck by lightning twice, though, am I right? Well, technically, that was a bunch of different people who got struck by lightning, so I guess the old adage still applies. We're losing quite a bunch of people there. But we got back safely with half the crew. Well done, team. All right, so that's that one done. Let's actually just have a quick look at this star map and see if we can spot the home star. Beta Kruger, Delta Kruger, Theta Gickless, Alpha Kruger. All right, so it was one of the Kruger systems that we were informed about. That is the homeworld, so maybe we'll make it there on this particular sojourn, or maybe we'll have to come back out this way after we've collected some stuff and returned to Earth. Shadow on the map there, moving around. I'm assuming it will be Pkunk, much as these are Pkunk. What do we have? What do we have? Where is the outer planet? Okay, it's all the way on the far side there. So in some of these cases, these stars in the background start to get a little bit visually confusing. So we're going to do our best to not think that we're about to go and visit something that we're not. An acid world. That does sound terrifying. But considering it's all weather and tectonics, let's give ourselves a chance at picking up some of these giant deposits. I don't think that they're the super base sort of metals, or resources rather. Okay, so we are just picking up acid, phosphoric acid, sure. And it's going to be worth something, and let's face it, when they're in batches this big, it's nice to just be able to collect a lot of stuff. And we've tidied up half the planet. We may as well tidy up the rest of it while we're here. So a few little earthquakey things that we're trying to avoid. It doesn't seem to be going too badly. The trails of fire really tend to be the ones that are the most hazardous, although that is slowly going to be mitigated as we eventually upgrade our stuff by trading with the Melnorm. But we haven't really cracked that. We haven't really cracked that nut yet. Okay, so these inner planets with the red orbit trails are presumably going to be different composition, maybe have some slightly more fancy stuff for us. That one's got a couple of large radioactive deposits. Ooh, and some biologicals as well. So this would totally be a planet that we would head down to if it wasn't a Class 6 tectonic. No thank you. And good luck to you, Planet 4. All right. Let's have a look at some of these inner planets. Potentially maybe avoid some of these Pkunk. Are you going to come through and... Yep, you're going to come and talk to me? That's wonderful. I would rather not. I've kind of talked to you before. Ah, skills. They're probably just going to talk to us when we come back out again. A dust world. Just loaded with goodies. All of that excellent maneuvering there for no good reason. Hey, how's it going? Sure. How you doing? Greetings and various apropos felicitations. We are Pkunk, hatchlings of light, spiritual soul beings of the vast cosmic oneness. Wayfarers on the river of destiny, students of the mystical dimensions. Purveyors of blissful love, bird-like manifestations of glorious light energies from the astral plane. How about yourselves? Yeah, we've had this chat already, so I'll catch you around. Duty calls, I must go now. Yes, by all means, if duty is calling, I'm sure we'll see each other again. Perhaps when the stars are aligned in an appropriate configuration. Yes, my inner voice is telling me that is correct. When the stars align, Captain. Thanks. Catch you around. Let's not accidentally talk to you again. Lovely. What's the news, Planet 2? Whoa. Getting a little bit overly ambitious with my ship here. Can we duck in this way without... Yes, we can. Good. What could this one be? An infrared world. Surely loaded... Never mind. Yep. Thank you. Thanks for playing, Planet 2. I'm really looking forward to cashing in some more stuff here and getting just some slightly faster thrusters on this vessel. Oops, I went the wrong way. Planet 3 with this red orbit trail. It's a nice purple colour. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Thank you. Ooh, some exotics. I like it. Class 3, Class 2. That's very much worth our while. Very minimal risk. Oh, but it does have fire trails. 9 Zo crystals. 9 Zo crystals for 0 losses. That's definitely a good trade. So I'm trying to have a think about how we should be upgrading the dank moving ahead. So with all of these things being modular and being able to add and remove things and swap things in and out. Oh, nearly accidentally left the system. Clearly in these early stages there's an awful lot of stuff that's going to be happening with cargo, but shielding the ship, discovering and researching new components, having it be able to fight are all going to be important. But, class 7 tectonics, nope. But much like the, wait a minute. Sorry, I had two thoughts in my brain there, and my brain just locked up. But yes, much like many of the sort of space adventure or exploration games, there's a considerable period of resource collection and upgrading. And we're doing reasonably well at it. All right, we have some... It's only class 4 tectonics. I can't honestly remember how biological collection works. Clearly that's bad. So I guess we've learned something. Some of them are hostile and we don't have any shielding at the moment. So that might be something I could do some homework on. For later, radioactive world. Tell me you have radioactives. Oh boy, do you. And some biologicals as well. And the weather and tectonics pretty friendly on here. So I think it's possible that we're going to have to be dodging and avoiding some dangerous things while collecting francium and other materials. But of course we can shoot, which is something that I just remembered that you can do. So I'm sure that has something to do with how we collect biological materials. Well done, my brain, for dredging up something from a couple of decades ago. But of course about 8 episodes later than it probably should have. All right. So that's a full load there. We might actually go around and collect all of the minerals first so that we can do something about the other things afterwards when we're not quite as distracted. So this is definitely the mother lode of things that we have found so far in this episode. Good-o. Now, hopefully the rest of these are all going to fit into one trip. I also don't know how much space... Ooh, landed right on top of it. Well done. Whoa, look out. I also don't know how much space any potential specimens, shall we say, or corpses, if we're being a little more pessimistic, will take up. But I guess we're about to find out. If these are in fact docile, I also don't know how things are going to go when we actually start shooting them. All right, so they turn into things that we can pick up. That's great to know. So let's collect all of them. Yeah, good times. So none of them seeming particularly dangerous. Also got a nice bit of knockback happening on some of them there, which is also good. And it appears that they are stacking up in the blue bar to the right of the ship over there. So minerals and biologicals, separate collections. Good times. And now we have something to trade to the Melnorm at some point. Good work. 67 fuel, so we're still sitting pretty. And now that I've remembered that the same button that shoots on spaceships in the space combat also shoots on the planet, we can do something about it. I am not going to go and land on a Class 7 tectonics. Simply not going to happen. Right. 2 more to go here, I believe. Possibly with many moons. Or Planet 5 has just made a liar of me. Maybe this one here will have more for us to explore. Technically, I'm not wrong, so I'm counting that as a win for me. Come on, Planet 8. I believe in you. A magma world. Surely not dangerous. Totally dangerous. Is there any biologicals on this magma world? Of course there isn't. All right. So if we zip our way out of here, we still have a couple of other bits to explore in this small little collection of planets. So let's go to the one over here. Ooh, look at all of these ships. I sure hope this is a Pkunk. And not something more dangerous, because this is a horrifying moment to realise that I haven't saved the game for the entire episode. More Pkunk. Hopefully we'll be okay here. Do not be frightened. We are peaceful, powerful creatures, yes. But we could not hurt you any more than we could squish the helpless pootworm. We love the pootworm. We are one with the pootworm. We are one with you. Of course, you realise that this means you are one with the pootworm. Rejoice! To be one with the pootworm is to be alive, and why not be alive? Is that not what living is for? I mean, they're not wrong. Duty calls, as it always does. I must go now. Yes, by all means, if duty is calling, I'm sure we'll see each other again. Perhaps when the stars are aligned and yep, I've heard this before. Thank you. Carry on. Thanks, Pkunk. Talk to... Oh, no, not again. More Pkunk, I'm assuming? Yep. Hey. I sense that you are cautious. You feel that you are not yet ready to enter into the fullness of our compassion. I say to you, let go. Travel to our planet of love at the star you call Gamma Kruger. And share the brightness of your soul with us. Unburden yourself of fears, become as a child once again. Release yourself to tears of joy. Go now, young one. Go quickly. Thanks. Yep. Good times. Catch you later. We're going to zip into this star system before that other Pkunk comes to say hello to us once more. And we're going to make our way to the outer planet here, which is planet 8. And we're going to cruise on into orbit. Here we are. And that is where we're going to leave it for this part of the Let's Play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified when other episodes are released. And please tell a friend if you think they might enjoy this. And come back again soon for more Star Control 2.